Hello and welcome to Humanitarian Hub. My name is Sam Ludu, and I'm going to assist you. I'm going to be one of your hosts while we're waiting for the attenders to come in. Yeah, we have 53. Okay, so yeah, the participant is coming in, and yeah, okay. So for those who are here, I hope you can hear me very clearly. If you can hear me, can you raise your hand and let me know you hear me? Okay, good. That's good. Okay, we have 99 participants. Okay, so, okay. Okay, so I guess I should start now. Um, okay, in the question and answers, there's some Laura asked me to speak in French, but unfortunately I cannot speak French. I can only speak English. Hi Rama. Okay, so since everybody is here, I'm going to start with this session since we passed our starting point. All right. So in this session, I'm going to talk about the pandemic response project and best practices that the scouts all over the world are currently doing right now. So before we start, I want to show you some of the initiatives that part of the Messengers of Peace and who actually we are. So enjoy the video.
Sam, just to let you know that the audio is not working.
Okay. The video has no sound. Forgive me. Let me try to get. Uh, can you hear the sound? Uh, can anyone hear the sounds? Because I played it.
Sam, unfortunately, the video responds no sound to the audience.
I've changed the setting, but it's not doing anything.
Okay, maybe you should proceed and we can come to the video at the end again to see it.
Okay, so, okay, I will proceed to the presentation then. All right, so I want to share this video so that you can get the better idea of what is Messengers of Peace and how we actually contribute to the community. So as you can see, Scouts have many talents, many skills, and have more than many experience during during the years. Over the years, they gained the skills through scouting. So here in this session, I'm going to share how scouts using their skills and their experience in helping all their community during this pandemic crisis. So as you can see, we as a scouts and also as messengers of peace, we also stay connected to get information and to rely on information to others so that they get uh, the update of what is happening around them and around the world. So I've seen many news and many people updating in their social medias about how they helping the community in supporting the frontliner, our healthcare workers, and their community in stopping the virus from spreading. Some of them are trying to supply equipment and then food supply, also practice hygiene, and we have sterilization of cities, and we have the crowd control. Also, some of them helping the community, helping the uh, authorities in managing the health screening for the community. So here is some of the activities, some of the initiatives that Scouts have done during this lockdown and during this pandemic crisis. Uh, in the United States, Scouts provide food ration to those who have been cut off supply of food during the lockdown. So this is one of the best initiatives that even even a Cub Scout can do in supporting the community during this time of the crisis. And we can see we will see more uh, initiative that Scouts are doing, uh, and they have like better understanding on how they can create differences during this time of crisis. So here in Malaysia, Scouts are preparing the personal protective equipment for our frontliner, mostly the face shield, hood, gown, and boot cover. So here in Malaysia, we have this situation where the frontliner, our healthcare worker, don't have enough personal protective equipment to treat the patient of COVID-19 positive that positive the COVID-19. And here is some of the initiative from our scouts from Malaysia, which I'm very proud of because I'm from Malaysia. And some of them are trying to control the crowds here in Malaysia and trying to have this gap so that we are follow the WHO social distancing protocol. So here's some news that I've got from the internet, which the scouts from Ireland help cocooning and support of elderly. So since the COVID-19 virus is very strong, and uh, those who those community, mostly the elders, are prone to this virus, and they are very exposed dangerously from this virus. So here, some of the initiative that they did, they help the elderly to avoid contact with the virus and try to isolate them in such an area. And yes, we have uh, in Haiti, scouts there helping from awareness campaign online and go to the healthcare hygiene practices that they are contributing in uh, playing a strong role in the community in staying hygiene and stay safe and stay clean during this pandemic crisis. So here we can see that scouts think out of the box. They think about how they can help the community, help their society in getting through this session in this crisis that is hit us globally. So I believe if you are wherever you are, if you are think that you can contribute something during this crisis, and maybe you can start by starting the awareness, and maybe you can start even a small thing can make a difference in your community, your family, and your own. So here I've inserted the link on how you can see about read about more of these news around the world that scouts have been contributed. Uh, so you can read and get more idea on how you can help them. So let's go to part of the world in Middle East, Tunisia. Scouts coordinate social distancing at the supermarket to prevent further infection. So here is like the best case scenario that you can help your community if you decided to help them in the field. So you cannot go help the patient, but you can help managing the virus from spreading. So here is some of the initiative that I believe we can coordinate well with our community to stop the virus. And here is one of our heroes too, our Messengers of Peace heroes from 2019, also helping the uh, social distancing program. So here we have the Nadine Shilley. So she's the best. I believe she's still managing the community and helping the community to get through all these problems. More we have from Singapore, scouts from Singapore. Here might be a little bit different from other initiatives that Scout or Messengers of Peace have take action, because here they just helping and contributing on the managing the healthcare, the wellness of the frontliner of the healthcare worker, the mental wellness of the frontliner. So they just send them a letter, write them a letter of encouragement just to keep their spirit up. So I believe this is very good things to do, which our front we have seen a lot of posts in the social media that showing our frontliner is very down because of this virus hit their country very hard, and they have to work 24/7 to help contain the virus, contain the spreading. So by helping heighten up their spirits, this is can help the to can help them to stay strong and stay in the field in helping us stopping the virus. So I believe this is the best way that we can contribute to the to our community. So if you have question, you can put the question in the Q&A session. Maybe we can have have answer. I will answer some of the question. If you have any ideas, you can put in the chat or even in the question and answer slot. So from here, let's move to Arab Saudi. So here in Saudi Arabia, scouts got trained by the Ministry of Health to help organize crowds. So this is same as what happened in Tunisia. They help in managing the crowd, control the crowd. That I believe if it is not controlled, that will lead to the panic of the community. Like what happened in certain country, there is a panic because of the lockdown. So this is where we can see that even in this time of crisis, Scout have initiative to partnership with the government, with the authorities, to help in containing this virus, to stop the spreading, and even just a small gesture that we can see here, they are just managing the crowd. That will make a big difference to our situation at the moment. And also here in Kuwait, they managed to control the crowd and also assist the Ministry of Health in organizing people for the examination of COVID-19. So I've seen this news at the local at the Facebook the group video. So I've seen this how they control the crowd, how they manage to separate and isolate people that have suspected positive COVID-19, and how they arrange the social distancing. So this is one of the skills that I believe that scouts have obtained over the years through scouting. They know how to handle people, how to handle the crowds, and this is the best case scenario if we are working in a field and people are uh, afraid or scared about this situation that currently happened. And uh, not just that, so some of the community are actually prone to this virus because some of them don't get the proper nutrition due to the lockdown. Some of them don't have shelter. And here in Italy, we can see that scouts in uh, Florence kickstart a free grocery home delivery service for the elderly. So here is like the least that we can do to help the situation, since we are we are afraid of this virus, and some of them are living alone by themselves. Like some of the elderly just live couple, and so they don't have their children live together with them. So it's kind of hard for them to go out and get the groceries for through this lockdown, like a week, 2 weeks, a month. Like here in Malaysia, we have this 2 weeks lockdown, and we got extended to another 2 weeks. And some of the cities like Italy, which they uh, they have the strongest, the worst case of situation of during this COVID-19. So let's pray for our friends and brothers and sisters in Italy, so that they can go through this with safe. And like I said, the link is here. I will share it later in the chat comment. And we have in scouting, we have our own uh, career, our own job. So some of our friends are working as the healthcare worker, and some of them like even volunteers to be the frontliners. So here in Libya, we can see that scouts in Libya launched a sterilization campaign to prevent the COVID-19 from spreading. So some of them, I believe, are the frontliners that help to clean the cities, to sterilize the areas to stop the spreading. And here is the I think the biggest thing Scout can do, because during this COVID-19 outbreak, we are currently trying to stop the spreading. So by limiting the exposure would be our best interest. But here is the extreme care that we can give if we believe that we need to stop it like very immediately. So this is the best way you can contribute in your community, or maybe get a partnership with the authorities to be involved in this uh, campaign. So, and some other things that I believe scouts have contributed in during this time is they helping more than we could ever imagine, since we here locked down at our home. We stay at home just to stop the virus. Some of them are very brave and go out in the field and trying the best they can to contribute. Uh, so this is what I want to express to all of you that is watching, that Scouts is very talented. Scout is very skill and experience. So in this time of crisis, I believe we can make a difference, even though it is the things that we should avoid to go outside. So I've seen a lot of things. So if you have any other scouts that doing something to community in their community, so maybe you can share in the chat below, and maybe we can invite it, put it to be featured in this session next day at 11 p.m. KL time. So we can see, we can show a lot more initiative that scouts, as a messengers of peace, how they contribute in this situation. So yes, do put in the comment below, in the chat column, and I will put it in the uh, presentation tomorrow. So as you can see, scouts are over the world. Uh, we are trying to the best we can to help our government to fight this COVID-19. So I believe you too have the potential, have the courage to help your community in making a difference. And if you do share with us at the scout.org so that we can see all of your initiatives. So log on to the scout.org and log into your account and share as a news or even a project if you do a project with your community, with your scouts group in helping the community. So yes, do share and let us know what is your contribution during this time of crisis. Yes. So one more thing that I want to talk about is about the Sustainable Development Goals. How the Scouts, as messengers of peace, we contribute at this time of crisis. I see a hand, I believe. Let's see, a lot of hands. So yes. Okay, maybe I should continue with the
Hey Sam,
presentation. Yes.
this is Mark.
Ah, yeah. Good to know that you are here. So,
Yeah.
yes, guys. So this is my friend. He is a Messengers of Peace hero, same as me. We are from the batch 2019. So at first,
Yes.
he is supposed to assist me with this presentation, with this session, but I, as you can see, I've gone through all the initiative that Scout have contributed. So maybe you can help me to explain on how Scout as messengers of peace can contribute in the global goals during this time of crisis. See you more.
Okay, thank you, Sam. Sorry for joining you guys late. I have a little bit of problem joining to the session, and I'm grateful that you guys get along with Sam because he's amazing. Like I'll never get any close to what he's gonna do or he's gonna deliver in this session. So if you can help me, Sam, with this, I'm gonna just explain to you how, as a messenger of peace, you can contribute to the SDGs and you can achieve them. A lot of that work or the action that's been delivered by my friend Sam, as you can see, it's related to something. Now, everyone knows that one of the SDG that is very important, that the good health and well-being will have to take care of in this crisis. We'll have to take care of our health in physical way and then also in a mental health way. So it's very important to focus on those kind of things and to see that a good health and well-being is an important goal to achieve. So you will have to take care of yourself and you will have to take care of your family and who are people who's around you as a scout or non-scout to make sure that everyone goes through this pandemic by in a good health physically and mental health. Zero hunger, we can see a lot of initiative that's related to food basket. It tells you that you should contribute with your community, delivering those baskets and help people within need. Some people, or as you know, some of the families around the world, uh, by result of this crisis, they got a less access to food or less access to groceries because of the lockdowns, because of a lack of money. It's a lot of things that will help make this worse for some people. So it's very important that we have to step in and act on this goal on zero hunger as number two. And also goes for sustainable communities, sustainable society and communities. It's very important that we know how to process those kind of initiative and deliver our ideas about what's sustainable communities and society. Sometimes people will try to like make it as worse than it was. So we will have to gather ourselves and work together to maintain this goal and try to achieve it. And it also goes for the partnership for goals and business justice. Many of us around the world have stopped our universities and our schools, so we didn't have access unless it's through online. But what we don't know, there is a lot of people who didn't have that access to education through internet, through online. So this is our time to step in and create some initiative, and we can also hear from you about the some ideas of how we can contribute and create some initiative that will help out in this crisis. So, like I said, some people don't have the access to education. It's our time and it's our role to help them and to step in and take the initiative of explaining to them and trying to help them with their education if they didn't have the access to online. So, as others. So I think I covered a little bit about the SDGs. I'll leave to you guys for Sam to comment on that, and we can forward to that. And I apologize again for the late entrance.
Yeah, thank you, Mu'ath. So maybe you can like Mu'ath have shared how scouts can contribute to SDGs and contribute to the society in this time of crisis. So I've seen a news like yesterday or maybe past 2 days where uh, the homeless people are actually uh, don't have the shelters that around the world the homeless are abandoned. So and I've seen later that there's a news where the homeless are getting shelters in the National Service Center so that they can also protect themselves from the virus, from the infection. So yes, so that also contribute to in making things better and also contribute to
Exactly.
global goals. So yes, and I was going through the question, and there is someone. Let me. Okay, Caden would like to know how you can avoid getting the virus if you are helping. So, do you want to answer this question, Moa?
Sorry, which question again?
From Elizabeth Underwood.
And it says, okay, let's see. Oh, okay. So I didn't get the access to the question right now. Can you repeat the question, Sam?
Okay. Okay, Kaden would like to know how you can avoid getting the virus infection if it's you
Oh,
are helping in the front line.
Okay. Okay. So it's very important. It's actually a great question toward what's happening right now. As a volunteer, we always, and as a scout, actually, we always want to step in and help out more, and we create a better environment for our societies and our community. But it's very important that we take the measure of the World Health Organization and the Ministry of Health in our countries. What's the actual respond to those kind of questions? So I see many scouts that go out and trying to help out, but not taking the measure in mind, which is very important that we see if you volunteer, if you are a frontliner, what's the thing that you have to do? What is the thing that you have to learn? So make sure that you, before you do anything, that you go those measure and use it. And everyone knows that you will have to be you have to wash your hand before you go out, and you will have sanitizer, and you will have a lot of things that will help you out, like a mask or something that provide or make it less to contribute, to get the coronavirus infection. But also, it's very important that we didn't make a crowds out of these volunteers. Like one of the initiatives which is very, very amazing, that's focused, and I think you have explained it, Sam, before, that's focused on social distance and how you can make a distance between people in supermarket, or between people on also a lot of places like a pharmacy or any places that might people go to get what they need. So getting that social distance, it's part of what you do and what you have to do during the volunteer. You will have to explain to your scout that you will have to keep that distance, and you will have to always clean your hand in a basic, and let's say in every like every 30 minutes or like a 20 minutes, that you can make sure that you're preventing that. So when you far away from other people, and you will have that meter and a half between you and the other people during your scouting or during your volunteer, you will help out making sure that you're not going to get that access, and limited the number. Some people that have the excitement for joining some program, some initiative during this crisis. Uh, I have one of the groups that we have in Saudi Arabia. They try a good way to make everyone contribute. They make a schedule for every 5 person who will be part of this initiative. So that means there's not going to be a person who will be in the same day every single day at the same place, which is give him a high risk to get that virus. So let's say every 5 days he will have the opportunity again, and somebody else will have the opportunity tomorrow, and goes on. So that way, with kind of those kind of ideas, or those kind of initiatives, or those kind of ways to scout, it will prevent you from having or getting the coronavirus. So it's very important to think about it. And again, you will have to go by the Ministry of Health measure, and also the World Health Organization measure to this crisis, for volunteer, for first liner, and also for general communities. Back to you,
Yes,
Sam.
thank you, Mu'adh. So I believe that's answer all of your question in certain areas. So, and maybe you can start in helping your community and also take precautions, even if you're in the field. So there's some of the question that I would like to answer, but I want to show you how to make the DIY face shield or face mask for you to help yourself, to protect yourself or your families, or even your community. So here is the fun activities. All you need to have is scissors, sponge, A4 size plastic cover, and double-sided tape, and also a rope. So here is the first step. So make sure you're using a ruler to mark the length of this sponge, and then cut it into this long sponge, and also paste as double-sided tape at 3 point, or even completely if you feel it's not safe. So, and then place the sponge on the plastic cover. Make sure you cut the edges. If you are underage, please make sure that you have this adult supervision to use scissors so that you don't hurt yourself. Then you punch a hole at the side, at both sides, so that you can put a rope to tie on your face. So yeah, tie the rope at the hole, and there you go. You are done. So this is how you can wear them while wearing a face mask. You can also wear the face shield if you go out to buy groceries. Even your parents or your fathers go out to buy groceries, so that he can protect himself during getting supplies. So yes, from here, I believe I should answer some of the question, because I love this question. Okay, are DIY PPE helpful for frontliners in community? So yes, I believe it is very helpful, because I've seen a lot of response from the frontliner, even the healthcare worker, doctors and nurses. So they said that this is very helpful for them to protect themselves,
Yes.
because this is like one-time use, so you can just use it one and throw it away. and they cannot use it multiple times because they might afraid that the PPE is got infected. And then there's a before we send this PPE, mostly the face shield and the hood cover, uh, we send it to the sterilization center so that they can do disinfectant process for the equipment, so that our frontliner, our healthcare worker can use it safely. So yes, from the response we get from the community, from the healthcare worker, this is very helpful for them to keep moving forward in helping the uh, in fighting the virus, in treating the patient. So yes, okay, do raising money help or do anything to help? Okay, raising money is very helpful if you have something that you are planning to. Like if you raise money but you don't know what to do with the money, it's pointless. So if you raise money, try to think of something that can help. Uh, Start it with your family first, if it's your own money. So, but if it's like a pool of money from the community, try to think about something that can help uh, the community itself. So let's say the community, like in my area, it is very remote area, very isolated. So it is difficult for us to go out and buy some groceries. So maybe you can pull the money and send someone to go and buy groceries, even supplies for them to use in your area. So that is very helpful. Or maybe you can just donate the money to people that are trying to help the frontliner in making PPE, or send supplies to someone. Even the frontliner needs food supply. So that is very helpful too. So yes, how can a 14 years old scouts to help people in this case? Yes, I believe I've mentioned quite few in during this session. You can help supporting the frontliners mentally by sending them a postcard or something, or even making a video that make them calm in this situation because they are very stressed and trying to get into the rhythm on helping the community. So yes, okay, what is your message to all health workers, all government officials, all scouts, and to everyone who are risking their life to help in stopping the virus? Okay, would you like to answer this, Mohat?
Okay, so which question again?
What is your message to all scouts, to all government, to all healthcare worker frontliner that is fighting this virus in front? So what would you say to them?
Well, there is no word that will explain how, as a people, I will say first before that we all scout, that will explain how do we feel about it. So it's only what thanks to them, and they're putting their life at risk, and just tell us this is for the governmental and also for the frontliner who are the healthcare and people who work in the health system, and the hospitals as a doctor, as a nurse, and anybody in the health mechanism. So it's very important that we are aware of what they are doing. So as much as we can, we want to help. We have a scout as a front liner to organize people and to help out the people and send out grocery and help out the elderly. Those are the people who have the front line. Now we also have a front liner, but they are sitting at home. So we will have to help out the people who have the front liner, or people who will be in the front and the first line against this virus. We want to help them by staying home, by take care of every measure, and being responsible about everything we do during these days. It's a difficult time, but we always, as a scout and also as a frontliner, we always try to make sure that we are responsible and spread this all over the community, and make sure that the awareness go everything. if you send out just a word, if you text something by an official information from the government or the World Health Organization, that's a help. That's something you step up and help with it because you're sharing awareness. If you stay at home and you try share activities and fun activities to your scout group or your friends around the world, that's being responsible and being a very care person and responsible about his community. If you go out and have the chance to step up and take off the front line, you are responsible. You are a person who named as a scout, a fully a scout, and this is our time to be responsible for this. We always tell ourselves that we all are one family, one the largest youth educational movement for youth. We always tell ourselves that we will have the first line for everything. But sometimes the first line is to be at home and to help out from home and being responsible with those kind of things. So to all scouts all over the globe, you guys did an amazing job. Let's keep this work amazing. Let's create our better world and continue driving our community, our society to the safe line. And again, there is no thank enough for our first liner in the healthcare and everybody who work in that field. We will support them. We will help them in need. We will try to make sure that they have the needs to complete their work and to achieve and defeat this virus. So keep it up, Scout.
So yes, that is very good point that you highlighted. So yes, I believe we have like 2 minutes left in our session.
Okay.
But yeah, I was going through this questions. Most of it asking about how they can contribute, even a small contribution, or how scouts from other country can help
Exactly.
the other country to move forward from this virus.
If you allow me in a point, Sam, I think it's very important also. If you guys aware of Messenger of Peace and the thing that Messenger of Peace have done, and I think my friend Sam has explained it first before I join. It's an inspiration how and how to share your experience. We always try to make sure that we share our experience with each other as a messenger of peace. So this is one of the things that you will have to share during this time, during this difficult time. Sometimes just sharing your feeling and asking about your friend from different country. I always talk to Sam. I keep annoying him for the past few days just to make sure and to also he will make sure that we are in a good health and in a good physical way and also in a good mental health way. So sometimes sharing ideas, sharing activities, sharing also initiative. If you have the chance to get the initiative, it's one of the ways that you have a help and a step up to stay at home and also be a responsible person and also being a person who will have the chance to work with others. So just like what we're doing with the duty right now, we share our experiences, we share the best practice during this pandemic around the world. It's very important that we share because sometimes a scout in a different country may have the idea for a problem that you have in your country. So we will help out each other and create a solution together. So yeah.
Yeah, yes, that is the most important thing because since we are in the lockdown, even I'm here at a very remote area and I don't have any outside contact with people, and that's the least thing that we can do in helping our community by helping get them in check mentally and emotionally so that we
Exactly.
can stay strong and fight this pandemic COVID virus together. So that is the least that you can do if you have no idea on how you can contribute to the community. Just spread the words, spread the positivity, spread the goods that you that others can do, or maybe you can. Yeah, that
Guys,
you
we
do.
need to finish now. Like they're
Yes.
asking
Okay.
us to finish immediately, please.
Okay. So yeah, that's it. That is it. So if you like our session, you can tell your friends to come to the next session tomorrow at 11 p.m. KL time. And if you have any ideas, any initiative that you see in the social media, scouts do amazing things, you can tag us in World Scouting, and Also, you can tag at hashtag Jyoti and hashtag Together at Home, so that we can see all of your initiative or all of your project on how you can contribute to the community. So if you have any ideas on how to help making a DIY project to help our frontliners, do tag us in World Scouting, and also hashtag Together at Home and Jyoti, so that we can see it. So I believe that is it from